season long. Only the top 24 PBA pros of the year made the cut. At stake, $100,000 in prize money. Tonight, the playoffs round of 16 features a pair of marquee matchups. Young gun Jakob Butturff versus former player of the year, the big nasty Wes Malott. And then there's the real deal, Bill O'Neill facing the Iceman Comet, Jesper Svensson. The PBA playoffs continue right here, right now on FS1. Welcome you to the 5th of 8 straight Monday nights of PBA action here on FS1. Once again, coming your way from the Bayside Bowl here in Portland, Maine. Well, half of our quarterfinal field is confirmed. The game's top player, Jason Belmonte, advanced 2 weeks ago, as did Chris Prather. Last week, they were joined by 22-year-old Anthony Simonson and our upset specialist, Andres Gomez. Now, we move to the other half of the bracket. Next week, we're going to see Norm Duke and Sean Rash in action. Tonight, though, Bill O'Neill, Jesper Svensson in our nightcap. But first up, it should be a real slugfest. 2-seed Jakob Butturff set to take on the big nasty Wes Malott. Glad you're back here with us on FS1 for our continued coverage of the PBA playoffs. First time we've ever had it. Rob Stone, the Hall of Famer, Randy Peterson here with you. Just think of how much more attention Jakob Butturff would be getting this season if not for the phenomenal campaign that Jason Belmonte has put out. Butturff, his style, it's unique. We all agree that, but there's no denying his success rate, and it's working. And we saw that come to fruition as he finally found that elusive first major the last time he was on the lanes in Vegas.
Yeah, he's having a phenomenal year, Rob. 2 wins. He's second in earnings, second in average, and second only to Jason Belmonte. Here's his first major win, the USBC Masters in Vegas. You say what you want about his unorthodox style, but the bottom line is this kid can bowl.
Yeah, and he is now in contention with Belmo for that Player of the Year. Wes Malott, former Player of the Year, former King of the Lanes as well, right? But he'll tell you, hasn't been a great season, and that played out almost to the way we had been expecting it last time we saw Wes.
Well, he's very fortunate to still be in this event. It came down to the 10th frame. Wes Malott could have locked out Josh Blanchard. Josh Blanchard, however, gets up in the 10th frame. He needs 2 strikes and 9 to win. 2 strikes and 8, it's a tie. He gets 7, Malott wins sitting on the bench. One thing I do know, if Wes Malott wants to win tonight and beat Jakob Butturff, he's going to have to execute 20 great shots.
The Big Nasty's best finish this season, 3rd place. Butturff, one of 4 to have won multiple titles already this season.
The number 15 seed comes from Pflugerville, Texas. Please give it up for Wes Malott. He'll be facing the number 2 seed from Tempe, Arizona, Jakob Butturff.
All right, let's join Wes, Jakob, and the 3rd member of our FS1 team, Kimberly Presley.
So, Wes, you are bowling the hottest lefty on tour, but your tour rep, Tim Mack, told me that you have the best ball reaction in the field. How are you going to play that to your advantage?
Well, honestly, no matter whether you have the best ball reaction or not, it does loosen up your arm swing, but you still have to go out and make shots. It's definitely not a given. As you said, Jakob's the hottest lefty on tour, maybe even one of the hottest players on the tour. I expect a really, really good match here, and I'm just going to try and stay with him myself and make good shots and see what happens.
All right, well, best of luck to you. Thank you so much, Wes. All right, so you're going to take on this guy right here, and as you can tell, this crowd absolutely loves him. He is the franchise player for the Portland Lumberjacks. How are you going to get this crowd, which is absolutely a factor, on your side?
Well, I'm going to fire up the crowd just as loud. Wes is the franchise player here in Portland. He's obviously the fan favorite, but I'm still going to get this crowd as electric as I can.
All right, best of luck to you, guys.
All right, Kimberly, let's take a look at our format. You earn 1 point every time you win a game. You must get 2 points to advance to the quarterfinals. If we're tied after 2 games, and Randy, we have seen that multiple times, we go to a roll-off where we compete again the 9th and the 10th frame. And here's a look at the PBA Playoffs oil pattern, sponsored by Firestone Complete Auto Care. Keep your car running newer, longer.
Wes Malott is going to play this 39-foot Don Carter oil pattern from in and loop it back into the pocket. Jakob Butturff, he's going to go much straighter from the outside part of the lane using that urethane bowling ball.
Butturff, your 2 seed. Malott, your 15 seed. Here in the round of 16, winner advances to the quarterfinals. Butturff, first up. Not how he wanted to start.
Not the start he's looking for, through the nose. Leaves the 6, 7, 10. And it's an early open.
Better to get it out of the way, but certainly not the confidence builder you need. Wes Malott has been searching for confidence for weeks on the tour. Might have been gifted that boost of confidence last time we saw him.
Did you see him pick up that 15-pound ball with one finger?
I don't even think he needed that one finger.
Wow, he's going straighter, a lot straighter. He was hooking it in practice, and I thought that's what he was going to go with. Instead, he moves right. And watch this. This is pretty straight, just inside a second arrow. So he's going to go with a straighter line to the pocket, more ball speed. But you heard him say it in the interview, Rob, it's all about execution. Doesn't matter how good your ball reaction is.
Former player of the year, former king of bowling, coming off a comeback win, starts with the pair.
You see a player go down to his knee as soon as it leaves his hand, you know he likes it. It's exactly what Malott did right there. Watch this. No, he's not praying. No, he's not begging. He liked it.
Butturff off that open frame on the right side. The lefty gets them all to drop. Great energy inside Bayside Bowl tonight. The Thunderdome of American bowling.
A good comeback. Look at that wrist. We'll talk more about that in the track technique. And very unusual how he continues to slide through the release point.
At points, he almost looks like he's on a snowboard.
Like he's using skates.
Yeah.
And there's a nice comeback after the open frame in the first for Butturff.
Just 24 years old. He's won 6 tour titles this season. Won the Oklahoma Open and the Masters. And an early re-rack from Wes Malott. Can't take him home with you. He's rolling with the idle pearls. We look at his arsenal. Leaves the 4.
Inside about a half a board on that shot, and he leaves the 4-pin. One of the best releases in the game. He's battled through some knee issues, but he's dropped about 35 pounds, and that's always going to take a lot of pressure off the knees, Rob.
You know, I came up in bowling with Wes Malott succeeding, being at the highest level, and I know he's been away from the game for a while now. I'm thrilled that my return has coincided with what seems to be his return back to the big stage. Plus, it's just so much fun to scream the big nasty.
Well, when he first came out on tour, his nickname was Beast. And then I gave him the moniker Big Nasty. And it kind of stuck. And
I love it. I love it.
He doesn't have a problem with it, so it's staying.
Would you be disappointed if somebody called you the big nasty?
Well, it doesn't really fit me. Purple urethane for Jakob Butturff.
Oh, he's found his way here through the lanes after that opening frame where he left it open.
You know, calling me the Big Nasty
is like,
well, it could have a completely different meaning.
100%.
Just saying.
I get you. I get you. So that's 3 in a row for Butturff. Malott has 3.
All even, Rob, through 4.
We had a feeling this was going to be this type of match.
This is going to be a slugfest.
Hellbone!
Malott knew it coming in. I knew it coming in, and I think just about everybody else knew it coming in.
Malott's had great success here in Portland. Been a member of the Portland Lumberjacks in the PBA League. This crowd knows him well. There's a double.
A good sign, too, because the 4-pin he left the last time on that right lane, he makes a slight adjustment, gets it a little bit right, comes in a little light into the pocket and kicks the 10 out. Great sign. Boy, that's a right-hander's best friend. When you see the 6-pin go to the sidewall and slap shot the 10 out.
Chanting Lumberjacks. I don't think Wes is going to like this one.
Gosh, dang it.
Bad shot. Grabbed it. Now he's paid the price, leaving the 3, 6, 9, 10.
Totally on me.
Converted 66% of the time on the tour.
This was a grab, and it's left the target.
Open frame.
And that's the problem with that 3, 6, 9, 10, whether you try to hook it into it or throw a straight shot, which West just did. But it's not the opening that you can give, Jakob.
The PBA on FS1 is sponsored by Go Bowling. For promotional offers, tips to improve your game, news, or to locate a bowling center near you, log on to gobowling.com. Focus of this week's Ebonite flashback, Randy. Jakob Butturff, the 2 seed here at the playoffs. What a season he's had. We talked about it in the Open. Finally able to win the deal as a 1 seed at the Oklahoma Open. He routed Jesper Svensson by 66 pins in the title match. That was his 5th career PBA title, but he still wanted that major, and he got it on April 1st in Vegas.
Yeah, great match. Tournament leader. 228-196 winner for his first and only major, the USBC Masters.
Butturff, just one of 4 players this season to have captured more than 1 PBA Tour title. Allen and Duke also with 2. Jason Belmonte leading the pack with 4. Back to action. Butturff up 16 after Malott left an open frame in the 6th. He's had a lot of time to stew about that miscalculation. Butturff with a huge opening. He's already on a roll. He's dropped 4 straight. Looking to drop the nickel here. Yahtzee! Let's check in with Strike Track 3D.
Both players are playing lanes almost identical. Location at the arrows, almost identical. Break point, almost identical. Entry angle into the pocket, almost identical. Jakob using urethane, Big West using reactive.
Another strike for Jakob. Here's West trying to bounce back from that open in the 6th.
Yeah, and a good shot coming off the open. I talked about it in the open. He's got to execute. You're not going to get away with throwing 2 or 3 bad shots a game and beat Jakob Butturff. And West knows it.
He's had his bad frame, and he needs to move on from it. He showed that he has in the 7th. But it's a 36-pin match right now.
And West could still strike out for 243 and lose by 36 pins.
Messenger ran in front of the 10. I don't think West was believing that one on the release.
The location wasn't bad, but the messenger in front. Yeah, I don't think, I'm with you. I don't think he was totally committed to that one after he let go of it.
So since that open frame in the 6th, Malott's gone strike, spare.
Head pin got interrupted as it was coming across. Jakob Butturff in complete control here in game 1. Remember, you got to win 2 points, 2 games.
7 in a row.
And this is turning into a rout. 46 pins with 2 frames to go. Max score now for Wes Malott, 223. Jakob Butturff, max score 279. A new one. You know, the other really interesting thing about Jakob Butturff's style is he doesn't let any moss grow on him.
No.
He gets up, puts his hand in it, and he's off to the races. He's running to the foul line.
And what's interesting, if you're his competition, don't get caught up in that high-tempo game.
Absolutely.
Go Virginia. Play it a little bit slower.
Sure.
Malott gets a strike there in the 9th.
All right, now he's just trying to regroup.
And get ready for the second game.
Exactly. He's hoping that Jakob Butturff's ball reaction changes just enough, and Wes's gets a little bit better, and he executes. On television on the PBA Tour.
Go for it, Big Wes. Ooh. With the smile. And you know what? Maybe he needs that. Maybe you need a little smile after the defeat. Relax yourself, calm you down, and know you've got another game to go. And not a bad effort. But he's done with the 210.
Mark Roth, the first ever to make the 7-10 split on television. Right now, this guy's just slinging pure filth. Watch how much time he takes, or should I say lack thereof. Wipe a little bit of the grease off. Touch the shoe. Look down at your spot where you're putting your feet, and see ya. Well, that was the farthest one to the left he's thrown thus far, and still almost struck.
Snapped his strike streak at 9.
Almost 2 inches to the left of his last shot, Rob, and that one still almost struck.
Single pin spare conversion that had plagued Butturff earlier this season, able to hammer that one, and he hammers Wes Malott in game 1, winning at 268, 210, courtesy of 9 straight strikes. So game 1 goes to the Butturff camp. The big nasty still may have something left in the tank for young Jakob. 2019 FIFA Women's World Cup kicks off next month. Starts June 7th, France, South Korea, but all eyes here in the States on the defending champs, the red, white, and blue, seeking their historic 4th Women's World Cup title. They open up play, Randy, versus Thailand June 11th. Every match live on Fox and FS1. Time now for tonight's track technique.
I know someone who's going to be at the World Cup.
So do I.
Rob Stone. Check out what this young man can do to a bowling ball. I mean, look at where that wrist is. I mean, it's just incredible. And then he rolls it underneath, and then the hand goes right up the back. Now watch this. Look at where that hand is. That's incredible. Go ahead and run it. Now, this is what's so unusual. Notice the slide foot keeps sliding, but look how far out in front of that slide foot the release point is. Very unusual style, but I'll tell you what, it works for him. Let me show you just how efficient this unusual style of Jakob Butturff is. Look at the arrows, the location at the arrows. Those are all the shots he threw, and look at how accurate he has been thus far.
Yeah, remember, got off to that slow start and open frame in the first, and then just caught fire. So Malott knows he must win or he is eliminated.
Well, he'll start the match on that left lane where he just left the pocket 7-10. What's the strategy going to be? He's staying with a straight one. Corpin. Wow. Butturff coming off the highest game we've had thus far in this event. In the playoffs at 268.
It was held by Rhino Page, who had a 266 in the opening round.
So what are you saying? Only the lefties can strike?
I didn't say anything.
Oh, okay.
You said that.
I did. Well, the two left-handers have had the highest two games thus far. That was good. I was walking back.
So here's Butturff. Leaves the 7.
Now, if you're Wes Malott, that's a good sign, and I'll tell you why. You want to know?
I do.
It's a flat 7, which means the ball entered the pocket weak. Wes is hoping he sees a handful of those from Jakob this game.
Again, another celebration of a single pin spare conversion. He really bit himself in the backside earlier this campaign, missing some of those.
He lost the title match to Bill O'Neill by missing 2 spares in the title match.
And we'll see Bill O'Neill later tonight taking on Jesper Svensson in our next match. Leaves the 7 again.
Back-to-back flat 7s. Now, Jakob is going to make an adjustment. Don't kid yourself. He's going to find a way, or at least try to find a way to get that weak 7 out. Whether or not it works is another question.
So back-to-back spares for Butturff to start. Malott also had a 9 spare.
Yep.
First strike of our second game.
Loses by 58. Game 2. Wait and see. He likes it.
Double wood.
Nope, sorry, he didn't like it. Totally missed it. You heard him say it, totally missed it. What that means is he didn't get the proper hand at release. So the ball doesn't have the right rotation and rev rate. Never grabbed the lane, going light, leaving the 2-8. Watch this. At the point of release, just doesn't leave his hand the right way. We call that the wet bar of soap effect. That's where a wet bar of soap kind of shoots out of your hand at the same, leaves the fingers and the thumb at the same time.
But it remains clean. So spare strike spare for the big nasty. well. As good as things were going in the first game, they have vacated the premises as here in the second for Mr. Butturff.
Flat seven, and this one goes through the nose, leaving the 2-4-7.
And an open frame.
What an amazing turn of events through 3 frames after 268. And let's see how this pans out for young Jakob Butturff. Last thing you want to do is get into a roll-off. But his bowling ball's all over the place now. Weak 7's through the nose. That one goes high, leaving a 6-pin. A lot of times that's what happens when using urethane rob. It carries oil down towards the pins. Makes the front part of the lane dry out real quick because the surface of that bowling ball is so coarse. That took its time.
So Malott pops up now.
Come on.
Up 15. He knows he's got Butturff where he wants him early. He's got to be able to put him away. He's got the only strike here in our second game. Both strikes on that right lane.
I mean, this is where Wes has to execute. You have to pry it off. You have to make the good shot when this moment presents itself. He's got an opening given to him by Jakob Butturff with the missed spare in the third. Wes has to take advantage.
Come on. Right here.
You can hear it. He knows how important this shot is. Needing success on the left lane. And finding it.
And that's what I'm talking about. Body and mind working together. Get into your zen and make the shot.
So now 3 strikes for Malott. Butturff yet to strike. He had plenty of them in our first game. And he's still looking for them in our second.
You can see how the lanes have changed just enough that now even when he hits the pocket, he doesn't strike. And isn't it amazing that it happened in one game?
How quickly things can turn.
Right?
Spare, spare, open, spare, spare. That's Butturff here in game 2. It's a must-win situation for Malott to force that 2-frame roll-off. And early indications are that's where we're headed. West can max out with a 270. Finally a strike heading into the commercial break. Oh, the kid needed it. Needed it desperately. But the 24-year-old is in big trouble courtesy of the big nasty. Butturff, Player of the Year candidate, cruised through game 1. Now he's been pushed to comeback mode courtesy of Malott. We welcome you back to Portland, and now you can outfit yourself like the pros with official PBA jerseys that are available exclusively right now at PBA.com. They're made of high-performance fabric. They can be customized for each person or team. All you need to do is click on the menu tab of the PBA.com homepage, select the Shop PBA link to get yourself started.
Now take a look at the ball tracks that both Wes Malott and Jakob Butturff have created. Here is Wes Malott right here. And look at Jakob Butturff. They're digging trenches on both the left and right side of the lane.
Malott up 26. Riding a double, trying to make it a triple here in the 6th. Again, you get 1 point for winning a game. Butturff is at 1. Malott must win this to force that 2-frame roll-off.
Bad shot.
You cannot give him this opportunity. Come on. You have an opportunity to put it away. Now is the time.
94% on the 6'10". Covered nicely, but again, you can't let him back in the game. You get on him and you stay on him.
Yeah. Put that foot on the throat, and then put the second foot on it.
All right, come on.
When you have the opportunity, you take him to the shed.
Take him behind the shed. Back on the strike train. Late kick of the 10. Big West needed that.
Get in there. Come on.
Kick saving a beauty on the 10 right there. And Malott back on the strike train. Now, first time chance for Jakob Butturff to double up in game 2. Oh, man.
Good shot.
His pin carry has not been the same this game.
I mean, night and day, Randy.
Exactly.
Had a 268 last game. Had 9 straight strikes. Only 1 here in our second game.
Ball reactions changed just enough to create bad pin carry for Jakob Butturff.
You get bad vibes about that shot at the beginning. Ends up being perfect. And here's tonight's Columbia 300 fun fact. Mr. Butturff there has finished either first or second in 5 of the last 13 PBA Tour events. That's singles events only.
Yeah, that's
not in the top 5. That's first or second.
First or second.
Strike number 2.
Wes Malott stands up and immediately asks for a re-rack. And again, he finds himself in the same position he was in when he got up in the 6th frame, except this time he's only working on a single strike. He was working on a double. He threw a bad shot, 8 spare. Now, he needs to right the ship, strike here in the 8th, and increase his lead to 34.
Party in the pit.
Big Nasty getting nasty on the right lane, doubles up again, and increases the lead. Set up the 10th frame. If he strikes here, it's all but over, and we will go to a roll-off.
Left the 10.
Cover the spare and wait for
Wesley.
Jakob.
You gotta roll it. Come on.
And then do the math.
You heard him say, come on, Wes, you gotta roll it.
That was a bad knee bent.
That was one that he was praying for. That was begging. Please carry the 10.
Looking for mercy in Portland.
Max score now for Wes Malott, 217. Max score Jakob Butturff, 214. Excuse me, 227 for Wes Malott.
Player of the Year candidate, Jakob Butturff. Left the 7.
We're going to go to a roll-off.
Sure are.
New life for the Big Nasty. Remember how he got here. Josh Blanchard had a chance to put him away.
It was a comeback win back in the opening round. Took care of Blanchard by 1 pin. 212, 211.
Wes had a chance to shut Josh Blanchard out. Didn't do so. Josh needed a double and 9. He got a double and 7. Wes Malott advanced by 1 pin. Now he's going to go to a roll-off with the hottest lefty on the PBA Tour.
If you're Jakob right now, what are you trying to figure out here with 2 more shots to go?
Trying to figure out how to get your ball to go through the pins the right way so that when he hits the pocket, he knocks all 10 down.
Strike in the 6th on the left. Strike in the 8th on the left. 2 strikes here in the 10th on the left.
Jakob will start on the left lane because that's the lane he finished on. And Wes Malott will start on the right lane because that's the lane he's going to finish the 10th frame on.
So Jakob, your 2 seed, done with a 193 here as he hydrates and preps for that roll off. The big nasty Wes. A little chalk, clean up the shoes. Wes in the 10th. Perfect. More momentum for the big nasty as he officially wins our 2nd game, gets that all-important point. We're looking for 1 more in our roll-off against Butturff. Up 24. And another.
Man, I have no idea what to expect going into this roll-off.
Jakob's going to start on the left. He's had success there. Wes is going to start on the right. He's looking pretty comfortable there right now here in the 10th. We're going to play the 9th and the 10th. Oh, look who's ready for the bell. Who's holding the bell? The bell took an unfortunate fall not too long ago.
They got yanked off of the wall.
Ring the bell! Ring the bell!
Brad Miller holding it. Charlie Mitchell ringing it.
That's the cue for Kirk Von Kruger, Deputy Commissioner of the PBA.
Ladies and gentlemen, we have to break this tie by a 9th and 10th frame roll-off. Jakob Butturff will start on the left lane. He'll bowl 1 frame. Wes Malott will then start on the right lane. He will bowl 2 frames, right lane, left lane. Jakob will finish on the right lane. 60 pins maximum in this roll-off. Good luck, gentlemen.
.226, 193, the final, and that one, advantage Wes. This is experience versus youth here in the roll-off. Butturff, a magical season. Can it continue here at the playoffs? He gets them all to fall.
Let's keep in mind that Butturff only missed the pocket 1 time in that game. He just never struck and did miss that spare. So it's going to come down to execution, and if you do hit the pocket, do you strike? I think Wes has to be perfect. I think he needs 60.
He's working on it.
I think he needs 60, Rob. I honestly do. Looks good. Looks calm. This is about as perfect gets right here. Execution at the highest level is what it's going to take right now to advance. He got started off bad. No, he got started off real bad. It almost looked like it was his 2nd step.
Now regroup. The pros have been telling us throughout this tournament, moments like this where this crowd can actually hurt you. can get in your brain.
Get too jacked. That needs to
He
hurt.
looks away. He does not like it. Oh, my.
Location bad, out of his hand bad. Nothing went right with that shot.
1-2-4. Covered 88% of the time. He's got it.
Well, if he strikes here, he forces Butturff to strike first ball on the right lane. The only chance he has, I think, is if he strikes here. And I don't think that's a very good chance in and of itself. Nope. Oh, my gosh. That looked like a frozen rope right to the 1-3. I thought that was going high. Butturff now has to strike first ball to advance and knock Big Wes out. That ball just sat there. Holy cow. All right. Butturff strikes here, game over. If he doesn't, we could go to another roll-off.
There's a dark part of me that wants another roll-off. Strike for the win.
Oh! He got it wide and overhooked. He leaves a six-pin. He has to cover this
and then strike.
And then we'll go to a one-ball roll-off. Does it get any better than this?
What a knockdown Monday on FS1, huh? This is great. First edition of the PBA playoffs. Got to take care of this.
Got to make it. All right. Now he's got to strike. Unbelievable.
The second time here at the playoffs, Malott sat and watched himself advance. The Big Nasty off to the corners. A huge upset.
Unreal. Jakob Butturff starts with 268, loses angle. All of a sudden, he can't strike when he hits the pocket. And look at that right there, the end of his run here at the first ever PBA playoffs in Portland, Maine. Wow.
Amazing. Absolutely amazing. Another comeback victory for Wes Malott in what could be his comeback outing of the season. Wow, that one was fun. Hey, is your gray sneaking up on your scalp? Not as flexible and as powerful as it used to be? Randy, I know you feel that pain, but don't worry. When we return, Randall's going to help you all out next as we get ready for our second matchup of the day. For the second straight time here at the PBA playoffs, Wes Malott moves on while sitting down, and he moves to the big board. Malott booking a ticket into the quarterfinals. Rob and Randy back here with you. It's time now for our Go Bowling with Randy segment. I want to make sure I get this right. That's why I have the card in front of me. We've got a video from our friends at Rab's Country Lanes in Staten Island, New York. It's Joe Bruno, Joe Calandrillo. Guys, take it away.
Hello, Coach Randy. My name is Joe Bruno, and this is Joe Calandrillo. We have been losing revs and power as we're getting older. How do we slow down the loss of revs and power?
All right, well, that didn't look terrible, Joe.
Hold on. Coach Randy. Coach Randy, are you ready for
Anybody that
this?
says Coach Randy, they get on our show.
Right.
So, obviously, guys, you're trying to defeat Father Time, losing power and revs. But what I saw in that video was, Joe, you have no load. You have no cup in your wrist. It's just a flat-wristed shot, kind of like what we would use when shooting a spare. So what I want you to do is in the downswing, when the ball starts falling from the top of the swing, it starts to get lighter, right? Because gravity is making it go down. That's when you start to load. Watch the guys on our tour. They all do it. Try to get a little load into that wrist, and then that release, uncup that wrist almost like you're throwing a yo-yo, your rev rate will go through the roof.
All right, Coach Randy, talk us through our next matchup, another lefty versus righty. Jesper Svensson taking on the real deal, Bill O'Neill.
Well, Bill O'Neill's bowled great all season long. Jesper Svensson has been struggling of late. But one thing we do know from Jakob Butturff and Rhino Page is the left side is there to get. Big scores on that side of the lane. The question is, can you maintain 2 big scores in a 2-game match?
And remember, Jesper Svensson had a late rally just to get here. We saw Wes Malott rally not once, but twice already at the playoffs. So Svensson and Bill O'Neill coming up. It's the race to 2 points here at the PBA playoffs on FS1. 5th year here for the PBA at Bayside Bowl in Portland, Maine. PBA playoffs rolling on, and Wes Malott has rolled into the quarterfinals. Up next, he'll find out who he's going to meet in late May. Will it be Bill O'Neill or Jesper Svensson? Bill O'Neill, 1 tour title this season. The best for the Iceman, a 2nd place finish.
The number 23 seed from Gothenburg, Sweden, Jesper Svensson. He'll face the number 7 seed from Langhorne, Pennsylvania, Bill O'Neill.
Bill, great season thus far. This is the 4th show you've made. You're coming in as the number 7 seed, but in order to advance, you got to take out this guy right here. So what's the strategy for tonight?
You know, I just got to bowl my own game. Jesper's a great player. He's going to do his thing on his side of the lane, so I don't have to worry about him messing with anything I'm doing. So I think I got a pretty good line to the pocket, so let's go out and make some good shots.
All right, best of luck to you. Thank you so much for your time. Now, Jesper, we saw you taking some practice shots over there. How was your ball reaction looking like going into this match?
I mean, I like it. I think I'm in pretty good shape, and I like what my ball does. And
Flat 7 to start for Jesper Svensson.
The only remaining lefty in the field. But one of 4 international players that remain here in Portland.
Winner of this match, Rob takes on
The Big Nasty.
Yes, sir.
Bill O'Neill had a good season last year. Just didn't make any TV shows.
Right.
This season, he's making TV shows.
Oh, boy.
Starting way right there. Got a win at the Hall of Fame Classic early on in Arlington, Texas. 3rd at the Scorpion, 4th at the World Championship.
Yeah, he's bowled real nice this year, and it's good to see him back to his winning ways. It had been a tough couple of years for William, who tried to make some changes that didn't work and went back to what he does best. And what really turned it around for him was really working on his game and working on slowing his ball speed down when he had to.
We mentioned his 2 top 5 finishes at the World Series of Bowling earlier in the season, which provided Bill an opportunity, and in turn you and I an opportunity to hang out with Pops.
Yes. Got to see Senior in Detroit, which was really nice. And
that was before the 2 of them packed up the car
and then went to Vegas, right?
Yeah, no. They drove home to Pennsylvania.
Yeah.
And then
Vegas.
Yeah, they were roomies in Vegas.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Look, I love my dad. I don't want to room with him in Vegas.
Really? You wouldn't room with your dad in Vegas?
I would. Came out wrong, but I would. But I feel like we might be best separated in Vegas.
I'm not touching that one. All right, Bill O'Neill goes light, then he goes high, and he's trying to play that real straight line. Something that we saw Dom Barrett do.
Covers the 6'10", back-to-back spares for O'Neill.
Remember, we watched Dom Barrett against Brad Miller, and Dom shot 237 and beat Brad Miller by 50. And it looks like Bill's going to try to do the same thing. I would have thought he would try to arc it a little bit more, maybe slow hook it a little bit more. Pitch black is the only way Jesper rolls.
Maybe it's just me, Randy. I get the impression that while Bill O'Neill is trying to get this crowd going and wants to feed off of it, Jesper could care less.
Yeah. Well,
I mean, it's nice, it's fine, it's great, but you know, if he can't play FIFA,
yeah,
right, then all right, I'll go to the bowling center and let me do what I need to do, and maybe you people could quiet it down a little bit.
Are you going to tease that story? You should. It's a great story.
It is a pretty good one. Oh, how about a late drop in the 10?
A little Swedish filth on the left lane. And by the way, have I told you that Jesper is my spirit animal?
I have heard that.
Okay, watch this.
You guys have matching tattoos down that left arm.
Almost a stone 10. Yeah. I looked up cool in the dictionary. There's a picture of Jesper. It was a Swedish dictionary, albeit. But Black Widow pink for Bill O'Neill. Oh boy, this line of attack is going to have to be rethought very quickly for Bill.
And these are two-game matches. Open frame, Bill. Just like that, he's down 26. Looks like Bill's got a fresh cut for the show, huh?
He's high and tight. I like it.
I think he enlisted today.
He actually moved left, parallel left in. He was too far to the right. He was in all that heavy oil, and all he had to do was parallel in. This is right where Don Barrett played him with the same bowling ball. I mean, not the same kind of bowling ball, because that's Bill's bowling ball.
Understood.
And Dom was using Dom's bowling ball.
I gotcha. Svensson working on a double. Lefty will not make it a triple.
All right, well, a lot of pin action, but nothing gets near or scares the 10 pin.
In the opening round, Svensson was matched up with Marshall Kent. 16-pin win for the Swede, 206-190. Svensson closed with 5 straight strikes. There's that emotion. It does come out eventually. There's a big come-from-behind win. Of the highest order. It's his doubles buddy in the house, Kyle Troop. Slapping some flesh together. Those two won a tour title here.
The unique style of Jesper Svensson. Both feet almost airborne. It.
Stop. Hammer time.
Oh, Rob. All he had to do was just parallel in. It's exactly what Bill O'Neill did. He got away from the slickest part of the lane, and now all of a sudden his ball's reading friction.
Did not like it. How about a Brooklyn? Yeah! Doesn't even acknowledge the Brooklyn. How dare you disrespect the borough of Brooklyn? 3 in a row for Billy O, tightening things up as he takes on the Swedish Fish. Jesper Svensson, the Iceman, hunting a win and a berth into the quarterfinals. Rob Stone, Randy Peterson, Kimberly Pressler, welcome you back to week 5 of the PBA playoffs here on FS1. Oh, Justin Alphon, co-proprietor here at Bayside Bowl, in the mood. Yeah, let's hear it, Justin. He's leading the chance. That's what you look for in a proprietor. Pro baller, shot caller, 2 sides. You decide. Catch Speak for Yourself with Jason Whitlock and Marcellus Wiley. Weekdays, 3 Eastern on FS1 and the Fox Sports app. By the way, you go to the Fox Sports app.
Yeah.
You can watch all of our PBA events.
I know. I do it all the time, especially while traveling.
Svensson.
No, and it's not just to watch me. It's because I really enjoy watching the sport.
You want to gauge the production quality?
That too.
Send some notes back to the bosses.
Hey, Rob.
Yeah.
Guess what? If Champ Kind was calling the action right now, you know what he'd say? Jesper Svensson steps up and whammy! Just obliterates the rack.
Man, that was impressive. That strike resonated back home in Sweden. Real quick, the crowd's asking for it. Your thoughts on Swedish Fish?
I don't know anything about Swedish Fish.
I don't even know who you are anymore. Oh, boy.
Not good.
I used to suck down those Swedish Fish when I was a kid. Man, I love those. It really gets stuck in your teeth, though, sometimes, causing major problems. Right? I'm not alone here. Yep, there's a Swedish Fish. By the way, I love that top. Svensson's got to get things going here.
4-6-10, and not likely.
No, open frame. So both have an open frame here in our opening game.
Yeah, take a look at strike track comparison, 3D style. O'Neill on the right, Svensson on the left. And like we saw with Butturff and Malott, very similar numbers when you look at location, launch. And Bill O'Neill now working on a string, and it continues. Again, we have a swing in momentum. O'Neill taking the lead for the first time. Amazing how quickly things can turn. Both players have opens. Both players have 4 strikes, but O'Neill's are in a row. A little unlucky there. It was a pretty good pitch by William. Just inside second arrow, or to the right of second arrow. At the arrows, out to about the 5th board. That's pretty straight. In order to get it to go that straight, he weakens his hand, cuts his revs down, and throws it faster. That
Pick
takes
it up the champ.
That takes talent. 95% tour average. And
Third spare.
Bill, an excellent spare shooter, Rob.
Got to have that in your game.
Got it.
Folks love the strike. I get it. If you're leaving open frames instead of spares, you're in trouble in this game.
Yep. You got to be able to hit it 300, but you got to make a 5-footer when you need to.
International success here so far at the playoffs, but Svensson entering the 8th off an open frame.
Oh, gosh. Wow, that looked wide left. Did it not?
100% it did.
Look at him. He's like, oh, okay, hang on a minute now. Well, we might have something here. The head scratch. How in the world did that get back? It's exactly what he's saying to himself.
Yeah, it's a head scratch and a plea for a re-rack.
Yeah, this isn't so look at that body language. He can't believe it got back. Neither can we.
How did that one get back? I have no idea.
I don't think I need to explain it anymore. He just did. Now on the left lane, fresh off a re-rack. Working on a strike. He can retake the lead right here.
We begin the foundation frame.
Rob, you know what that strike means? No matter what Bill O'Neill does, he can't shut out Jesper Svensson now. Lots and lots of action.
Hammer time for O'Neill. Can he deliver? Yes, he can.
What a great shot. I love Bill O'Neill's game, and I think we both have an affinity for him, and we quietly root for him when we can. But he's old school with power. You know, he's got kind of a square game. He doesn't get wide open with his body, not a real high backswing, but plenty of power in kind of an old school game, and that's what I really like about him. He can do a lot of different things with his hand. He can play all the angles, and he's just a solid player.
He asked for a re-rack and got it as he makes his way over to the left lane to begin the 10th.
He strikes out, he shoots .233. Jesper Svensson can still shoot .234. That was about a half an inch too far to the right. All right, make it an inch according to Strike Track.
Left the 2-pin. 97% of the time, this is cleaned up.
He'd like that one back.
Come on.
Just missed the execution was all. And now that man looking to execute Bill O'Neill by striking in the 10th. And that was well inside of target that time.
Not how he wanted to conclude this one.
I believe Jesper only needs 9, spare 9.
So Bill done with the 211.
First ball strike, we move on. Jesper takes game 1.
Game 1, Svensson.
Nothing simple about that last shot he just threw. Wow, just a rack shredder.
Just a few more pins here, and Jesper will make it official.
He doesn't like it. Looked like he turned it early, went through the nose. Doesn't matter.
guys.
He wins the first game.
Point 1 to Svensson. O'Neal now must get a point of his own or he has been eliminated from the playoffs. The Iceman will try to finish him off when we return. You're watching the PBA playoffs on FS1. Make sure to join us for our next PBA telecast next Monday night, 9 Eastern. Norm Duke. How about the season Norm has had? Dom Barrett, though, has that 14 seed dangerous matchup. Then Kyle Sherman meets Sean Rash. But first, we got to wrap this one up. Bill O'Neal fell in game 1. Must win here in game 2 to force that 2-frame roll-off. 222-211 was the final. Svensson took the first. O'Neal up first on the left.
That was good. Svensson, our last southpaw standing, Rob, and remember what happened in our last matchup with Butturff and Malott, where Butturff started out with 268 and then all of a sudden lost his carry. Never got on track in terms of striking when he hit the pocket, allowed Malott back in, and Malott ends up winning in a roll-off. Let's see what happens to Jesper Svensson's ball reaction. That looks pretty good, or at least it did towards the end of that first game.
O'Neal and Svensson were actually roommates in Las Vegas for the Masters. A bunch of the guys rented a big house.
Yeah. You got to tell the story, Rob.
And Phil told us that Jesper kind of kept to himself. Spent some time, and they figured out what it was. He was upstairs playing a lot of FIFA on the Xbox.
Right.
All right. So one night, Bill and the rest of the boys, while Jesper is playing Xbox, said, "Hey, you know what? There's this late NBA game on. Let's kind of make a friendly little wager amongst ourselves on it." And they had to go find the game because it wasn't televised. So they called it up on the internet, and they're streaming the basketball game in their house. Money on the line. Svensson comes down. Hey guys, what is the matter? What is happening? What are we doing? He couldn't play his video game to the style and the hope he wanted because the bandwidth was being broken up because the NBA game was being viewed.
Yeah. Yeah, it was like a bear coming out of hibernation for the first time. They hadn't seen him the whole week.
Right.
He's locked himself in his room playing FIFA. And, yeah, so that's one way to get him out of his room if you have a room with Jesper. Just kill the power to the Xbox.
Right, you get the feeling like the apocalypse is going on and Jesper saying, hey, let me just finish my game first.
All right, Bill O'Neal off the 4-pin, the only bowler to make match play in all 4 events at this year's World Series of Bowling. Pretty impressive. That looks good. They don't pay me the big bucks for not recognizing perfection when I see it, Rob.
Well done, Randall. Spare strike for Bill. Up 12 early in this must-win game.
During the break, I overheard Bill speaking with his tour rep. And Bill was making it sound like he was having trouble with execution.
Meaning not a ball problem, a Bill problem.
It was a Bill problem.
Bill takes a seat after those consecutive strikes. Lead at 22. Back in 2017, Jesper won a title here with Kyle Troop. Troop in attendance tonight, cheering on his buddy. Svensson leaves the 7. Rookie of the Year in 2015. This guy has won all over the place, right? Bahrain, Germany, Thailand, United States. He's won everywhere because of shots like that.
That's better.
So his second strike.
Nice. Rookie of the Year back in 05-06.
Yep. 10 years before Svensson won Rookie of the Year.
Yeah. Come on. Pretty good shot. Only to leave a ringing 10 here for O'Neal. And again, the margin for error, not all that great. That was 0.2 of an inch to the right of his last shot on that lane.
Cleans it up. So for Bill, spare, strike, spare. We're done with 4. Bill up 21. Again, he must win this to level things with the Swede and force a 2-frame roll-off.
Did you say roll-off?
Already had one. Malott taking care and upsetting Jakob Butturff earlier tonight. By 1 pin in the roll-off, by the way. 10 pin.
And there's Rob Stone's friend again.
Yeah.
Really good.
Bill O'Neal 6th in earnings this year as we take a look at the flat 10 left by him. 9th in average. Solid year.
7-time member of the U.S. team. Retired from Team USA a couple years ago.
Hey, Rob.
Sir.
If Jesper Svensson strikes here in the 5th and then again in the 6th, guess what?
Takes the lead.
No.
We're tied. I go home. You give me Swedish fish. I don't know. What's the answer?
No, I'm sorry. You're right. If he strikes here in the 5th and here in the 6th,
You can't do this to me, Randall. You can't do this to me. This is unfair.
Oh, that was unfair.
Yeah, it was.
Well, he could have tied it with a strike here, Rob. And watch this. 9 pin and the 7 gets kicked out late. Interesting. A little deflection going through there.
Svensson will be part of the Silver Lake Atom Splitters when the PBA League fires up in July right here in Portland, Maine. A protected player. Along with Barney and TD. Wow.
Isn't this reminiscent of our last match between Butturff and Malott? Where Butturff smoked the pocket and got 9 every ball?
Yeah, won that first game by 58 pins and then lost his touch.
All right, well, same thing's happening now with Svensson. 7 pin in the 3rd, that 9 pin in the 5th, another 7 pin in the 6th. I find that to be very interesting. 2 completely different styles of left-handers.
Makes for good television, my friend. Good entertainment value. Billy O'Neal just a couple frames away from forcing a roll-off here at the PBA playoffs in Portland. The PBA on FS1 is sponsored by Go Bowling. For promotional offers, tips to improve your game, news, or to locate a bowling center near you, log on to gobowling.com. Welcoming back to beautiful Portland, Maine, Bill O'Neill up 21 as he gets set to close out the 6th. Must close out this game with a win to force a roll-off. Otherwise, it's the Swede moving on to the quarterfinals. Already one upset tonight. Wes Malott, in shocking fashion, come from behind fashion again, taking care of Jakob Butturff. The real deal, Bill O'Neill, up now in the 6th, up 21. That's how you come out of a commercial break, my friend.
Yeah, that time he got it in that half pocket zone and shredded the rack. And he's halfway home to tying this up. Amazing the parallels between this match and the last match.
Again, if we go to the roll-off, 9th and 10th frame, you start on the lane that you ended on.
Right.
Higher pinfall wins. Your max score is a 60. We're not there yet, but we're certainly getting close. O'Neill on the left lane. Back-to-back jacks. Oh, he's feeling it now.
Increases the lead to 31. Jesper Svensson is now in a situation where he needs to strike out to have any chance of winning this game. And the more comfortable Bill O'Neill gets, the more dangerous he gets.
It's a really good start to the season for Svensson. Finished 4th at that season opening PBA Hall of Fame Classic in Arlington. 2nd, the PBA Oklahoma Open. Then after that, he told us it's been terrible. Haven't been bowling good enough. Long road swings. Haven't allowed me time to figure things out. It's been disappointing after those first few weeks for the Iceman. As we take a look at our Hammer Tough spare replay. Tough being the operative word in this one.
Yeah, 2-4, 7-10. Caught too much of the 2-pin and wasn't able to throw it over into the 10.
So his 2nd open frame here in game number 2. The lead at 46. It's not going to get any better.
Well, he better find something, find it quick, because we're going to a roll-off. He's got 2 more frames, 1 on each lane, Rob. Last thing you want to do is go into a 9th and 10th frame.
Finds his first triple.
Moved in just a little bit more to test the waters. Perfect ball reaction there for Bill O'Neill.
You know what's also interesting? Remember, during game 1 of this encounter, Bill O'Neill was trying to play the crowd, get him on his side, energetic. And once you get, not humbled, but once you get put behind that 8-ball, you start calming your game down, saying, you know what, less about them, more about me.
Right. Well,
we saw that with Wes Malott earlier tonight.
Absolutely. It's a great point. It's so easy to get caught up in the fanfare, but you still have to pay attention. We didn't see Bill Mossy do that.
Nope. Nope. Last week, Belmo didn't budge. I'm all good. I'm focused. I'm dialed in from the get-go.
Right.
Next Monday.
Yeah.
I'm already looking forward to next Monday. Let's see Norm Duke.
It's going to be great.
In action here, huh? Sean Rash.
Yep, it's going to be fun.
My boy Dom Barrett.
Yep.
It's going to be dialed in next Monday.
Yep.
Counting on big things from Dom Barrett.
Dom Barrett next Monday. Can't wait to watch that.
Svensson with the strike there in the 9th.
All right, well, again, he's got to find something.
A 78-pin lead.
Yeah, but
I mean, we know where we're going.
Right. And Jesper knew where we were going after frame 7.
He might have known that earlier. I think at the way it was going, but you're right. That open frame 7th, open frame 8th, all but confirmed things as O'Neill is now strung off 4 straight strikes. Get down. A little snicker there as we fast track the rest of this match.
Well, he's made a ball change, Rob, and he's trying to find something to get ready for that roll-off, as he should.
Winter is coming. 5 in a row for the real deal.
Oh, boy. He went back to the regular urethane and then looked over at his ball ref, shaking his head no. Meanwhile, Bill O'Neill has only moved a board or two, and his shot looks better and better.
Oh, we saw the bell. That bell's going to be making some noise soon. Svensson done with a 164. They want it. They want that bell rung. Ring the bell. You ring it. There we go. Kirk Von Kruger, Deputy Commissioner of the PBA, has been cued.
Ladies and gentlemen, this tie has to be broken by a 9th and 10th flame roll-off. Jesper Svensson will start the roll-off on the left lane. Then he'll sit down. Bill O'Neill will start his first 9th frame on the right lane, and then he'll go over and finish up on the left lane. Jesper will finish up on the right lane. If we're still tied, the game will continue. We'll talk about that later. Good luck, gentlemen.
Got it?
I do.
Good. Let's bowl.
This is going to be real interesting. All right, there's the ball change. And no bueno.
Oh, boy.
Man. And again, I'm going to harp on it one more time, and then I'm going to put it to bed. Bill O'Neill's ball reaction, if anything, has gotten better. We saw Jakob Butturff use urethane. We saw Jesper Svensson use urethane, and they came off of a good, solid game. The very next game, one game later, on the left side of the lane, their shot completely disintegrated.
Picks up the spare, though. Critical conversion by Svensson. Well, this house is energized for the roll-off. O'Neill's effort in the 9th on the right lane. Perfect.
Yeah, the perfect part of that was kicking the 10 out.
And now he slides to the left.
Good touch on this one by Bill O'Neill, and there it is. 6-pin jackknifes the 10 into the pit. There it is right there. Needs 2 strikes and 1 pin to shut out Jesper Svensson and advance to take on Wes Malott.
How about that strike? You know it's your night when.
Nothing you can do about it if you're Jesper Svensson. And now Bill O'Neill looks to take advantage of the biggest break of the tournament for him right there.
Maybe the biggest break of this tournament, period. It's certainly in contention. Massive strike. Needs 1 pin. Take out your spare ball and throw it right down the middle?
No, he doesn't need to do that. Stay behind the foul line.
That's all she wrote.
Yep. Capitalized on a huge break.
The 7 seed, Bill O'Neill, moves on.
Can I just add something?
Please.
It's a lot of break. It's not like Bill O'Neill doesn't deserve one. He's been the recipient on the other side of that plenty of times.
So Malott, O'Neill coming your way May 27th here on FS1. The rest of the quarterfinal bracket will be confirmed next Monday night at 9 Eastern on FS1. And it's two really good ones. Norm Duke, how about the season the vet is having? Can't wait to see him take on Don Barrett, Sean Rash, and Mr. Sherman in action as well. Earlier was Wes Malott, another comeback victory as the bell was rung for another roll-off, and Wes won at 40-39. The 2 seed, Butturff, removed from the competition. And then it was Bill O'Neill losing the first game, rallying